Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2017. Today, as I mentioned in the video on Monday, we are going to be featuring the Rainbow Road deck, which has been pretty popular. Xerneas' prices have been soaring for a standard holo or rare card. So a lot of people are into this deck. I can definitely see why. It has a lot of potential, and having played it now, I generally think like a lot of us missed out on the train for this deck by Worlds. This list, as you might notice, is very similar to Josh Marking's list, or Squeaky, or Team Fish Knuckles, however you know him. So I'll be sure to link to the video he made for this deck down below. He played some pretty good games, and yeah, let's go through the list really quickly, shall we? I did see quite a few other versions of the deck. I did try myself a few different versions as well, but the dual typing Pokemon are just so cost effective, like both Galvantula and Bisharp. And not only that, Bisharp can be good in the mirror match, can be good against other fairy type decks. Galvantula can be really good against Rayquaza and things like that, or against an opposing like against an unsuspecting opponent where you Lysander up something and you attack to Shaymins. Like, there's a lot of neat plays you can make. And then the Volcanion, an automatic 60 damage right off the bat, is really good. So I really fancy using this list. So Xerneas. Xerneas is Rainbow Forest 10 plus 30 more damage for each different type of Pokemon on your bench. Not the amount, but the different types. So with the dual typings, you could potentially hit for this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 3 is 240, 250 damage in a single hit, considering or assuming you have one Bisharp, one Xerneas, one Galvantula, one Hoopa, and one Shaymin on your bench. Now, these dual typing Pokemon are really good because you're not forced to have Skyfield every turn in order to fill up your bench with different types and things like that. You could make an argument that Mew would be a really good inclusion in the deck. There is a lot of potential. It would be another type. It is a free retreater. It can attack with Rainbow Force as well, or it could potentially Sky Return or whatever. But for now, we're not gonna play. We're just gonna stick with the Force Xerneas. And yeah, it's really great that even when Shaymin is on the bench after having its used this setup ability, it actually like does something more for the deck by providing an extra 30 damage. Kind of like Mega Rayquaza, where the Shaymins are extra damage, literally. In this case, well, in this deck, it is the same case. So, the supporter line is a 4 Sycamore, 3 N, 2 Lysander, and a single Bridget. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this card is necessary. This is the one card I did change from Josh's list. But yeah, I really feel like it has room in this deck. It can search directly for a Shaymin. It can search for 3 different Pokemon, so potentially an extra 90 damage for Xerneas to deal. It can also search for Volcanion, so there's a lot of plays you could make, like late game, to try and recover after a super out, things like that. Find more Xerneases, and yeah, I feel like it's a very good utility card. Could definitely be a Mew, could definitely be a level ball like Josh had, but I feel like testing the Bridget out. That is the one card I have not tested off of this list. It's the one thing I changed. But I feel like it's worth it, and if it's not, we can simply take it out, no big deal. It could also be a Pokemon Ranger, but I don't think there's too big of a need for that. And yeah, for Verseeker, for Ultra Ball 3 Trainer's Mail, that's been pretty much the standard. And then we have 2 Switch, 1 Super Rod, 2 Max Elixir, and 2 Experience Share. That should allow us to keep a nice healthy stream of Xerneas, provided we do find them. 2 Float Stone, because having Volcanion up in the active slot is definitely not ideal, or 2 Retreat Bisharp. And then we have the 4 Skyfield, because the Stadium Wars are really important in this new standard format. And I guess I didn't show off the Galvantula. Double Threat can be really good. It does only attack benched Pokemon. Bisharp does have Retaliate, which can deal 180 damage for a single colorless energy, and it is both metal typing and dark typing, so you can definitely KO back Xerneas and Xerneas break, which is really nice. And yeah, that pretty much covers the deck, and we shall see how we fare against the standard format as of today. Hopefully we get some good games in. Looks like immediately we're up against a Mega Scissor Garbodor deck, so we will be in for a really rough match. It's interesting that like there's a really weird how'd you call it, a really weird balance right now, kind of like rock paper scissors between Mega Mewtwo, Volcanion, Mega Scissor and Xerneas decks, I feel like, because Mega Scissor counters the fairy decks, Volcanion counters the metal decks, Mega Mewtwo deals pretty well with Volcanion to some extent because of damage change. So yeah, oh wow, never mind. This is definitely not Mega Scissor. Or well, I guess it could be, but it's not likely. I wouldn't mind the N from my opponent. We do see experience share, which is interesting. And yeah, it makes sense for him to have max elixirs. Genesect EX, definitely a card that without Bronzong's metal support, I do not see being better than the other metal type Pokemon around. And yeah, he's definitely gonna end us. Oh no, never mind. Okay. Oh wow, he chooses to lose the N and the Verseeker instead of keeping the Sycamore and the Verseeker. Okay. He has no information on my hand, so I don't know. I definitely would have played the N that time. Decides to use Drive Change, places the experience share on the benched Genesect, but yeah. That Genesect already has 3 energy and is ready to attack. So we might be in for a lot of trouble. We're actually gonna end up giving my opponent 10 extra damage, or rather an extra card. I'm attaching the Float Stone to the active Xerneas simply because I want to make my deck thinner to be able to draw more basic Pokemon, which I do not, and because I would rather sacrifice something other than Xerneas. Hopefully we hit an Ultra Ball off of this Trainer's Mail. Nope. Or off of the second one. Otherwise we might actually lose on turn 2 if my opponent can find a switch here. And it looks like that will be the case. It actually looks like that will be the case. Wow. My opponent will be running. Yep, there's the Float Stone. Oh boy. Okay. Not a great start, obviously. Not a great start at all. But yeah, we'll just find our next game. No big deal. I mean, this happens. It's weird that it happens to a deck that features like over 10 basic Pokemon. 4 Xerneas, 2 Shaymin, 2 Joltix, 2 the little guy of Bisharp. What's the little guy of Bisharp? Poniard? And then 1 Volcanion. 11 basic Pokemon, and we get benched out on turn 2. I really wish my opponent had used the N. But anyways, my opponent does get to go first once again. Now we get to start Shaymin. At least we have the Float Stone this time around, and a potential max elixir to power up a Xerneas. My opponent is actually using a Yanmega deck, which is interesting. Probably Yanmega Vespiquen and Hyper Puff. I wonder if this is the Tough Puff, like they channel the Tough Puff. Not entirely sure. Okay, but we get 2 mulligans off of his start. Hopefully we don't hit energy. Nope, we actually hit the Bridget, which is really cool. Really cool. And we could generally be swinging for damage if things went our way. It's not likely. Well, never mind. Okay, hopefully we draw something out of this. Okay, so we're gonna lose an energy most likely, but at least we get a Sycamore. At least we get a Sycamore out of this. I don't know if it's worth attaching to the Shaymin. I don't know. I feel like it might be. Huh. Okay, so he's looking through his deck, trying to figure out what he has, what he doesn't have. He does go for the Remoraid. So I wonder if his fourth card is actually something like another Level Ball or a Sycamore. That would be really sick. We do get a Joltik. I mean, he will not be able to KO us, right? He will not be able to KO us. So I'd rather attach to something else and try to find the Full Stone or a switch in order to retreat. Okay, we do find a switch. We do find a Max Elixir, but we find no Xerneas here. Okay, so I'm gonna promote the Volcanion. I'm gonna attach the Full Stone to the Volcanion. And I'm gonna pass, hoping, against all hope, that I hit a Xerneas. But things are not looking good here. Okay, so my burn does end. I did attach the Full Stone to the Volcanion because we still do have Switch, we still have Max Elixir, things like that. We will finally be able to get a Xerneas, but at the cost of... Okay, my burn doesn't do anything else, that's fine. Gonna get rid of an energy and the Sky Field. Gonna get rid of an energy and the Sky Field. I'm going to find a Xerneas. There's actually one Xerneas prized. Shaymin is there. And the Super Rod is there as well, which is cool. I'm actually gonna be delayed quite a bit here, but it's no big deal. Okay, gonna attach to Shaymin. I will get to damage, and I will actually go up after the Remoraid, trying to lock it there and trying to KO it, because my opponent should only have DCEs. So if he gets rid of a DCE, that's great in order to retreat. Or he could simply, I don't know, he could simply not have an energy to retreat. Okay, so he does play an Escape Rope. Now this is not good, because, well, he didn't do anything the previous turn. He didn't evolve, he didn't really do anything at all. So, but I do feel like odds are he will be able to find a Yanma. I think I'd still rather lose the Joltik and be able to, well, no, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna promote the Joltik because I might want to Max Elixir or try to Max Elixir. He will Verseeker into N. So yeah, odds are he will find a Yanmega by this time around and be able to KO the Joltik, but we could find a Max Elixir, we could find a DCE. Maybe not. Wow, he simply passes. Okay. So we find another Xerneas. I do not want to end my opponent, but I don't think I have a choice because I need to find energy myself. So I'm gonna bench the Xerneas. I'm going to... I can't really play the Super Rod right now because I need to put back Xerneases into the deck. Really didn't want to give my opponent a brand new hand, but okay. I could... Okay, gonna Max Elixir, see if I hit. I do hit, that's really fortunate, definitely really fortunate. Gonna play another one. I don't expect to hit here, nope. Yeah, it makes sense because there was only 4 energy left and my deck was really, really big. But hitting one is pretty okay in my book. Okay. The Experience Share. I definitely think I want to conserve the Experience Share here. To allow me to produce back-to-back KOs. And now, if I hit the Yanma with my Xerneas, I get 60 damage counters back. But Yanmega deals 70 damage, so he might not be able to KO me. He would need the break. He would need to get all the way up to the break, so he would need a Yanmega break, a Stadium, and to go down to 4 cards. So I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the attack, for the KO rather. I get 5 extra cards here. None too useful, honestly, but that's fine. I'm just gonna Rainbow Force and get my first KO. I might want to KO the Remoraid eventually, to prevent, because I could actually get a KO with Joltik on the with Galvantula, and wow, that's a Pikachu. Okay, so we're actually up against a Raichu deck, so the Stadium might kind of benefit him. There's the Octillery. There's a Stadium, so we both go down to 5 benched things, and he gets to draw 2 cards. He needs a Yanmega and a Raichu off of those 2 cards to get a KO. He only, oh my gosh, he did get the break. Yikes. But can he get up to 4 cards? Oh, you're kidding me. Man. He got everything he needed in this turn. Okay. We will have a Retaliate KO. But the issue here is definitely the Raichu, because Raichu can one-hit KO me. Oh boy, and we have no draw cards. We have nothing. Literally nothing. But he had every card he needed. Wow. Okay. So, I guess I'll attach here. I do have the KO, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's, yeah. And with the Xerneas, that should be a KO. Okay. Is he going to whiff the Raichu and the full bench this upcoming turn? Can we get something out of our prize cards in order to keep up here? We do get a Bisharp, which might have been able to revenge kill Raichu, but Raichu actually has metal resistance, so never mind. He does attach a bursting balloon, which means that if he does attack us, well, if he finds a Yanmega and gets up to 4 cards, he will KO me. And I will be delayed 100% by a single turn here, because I will not be able to. Oh. Man, okay. When I Lysandered the Remoraid, he had the escape rope. When he needed 4 different cards to KO my Xerneas, he had them. And I have no draw cards. That's the worst part, that I have no draw cards. And he deals 120 damage exactly in order to revenge KO. Oh boy. Okay, I get a versus Seeker. I do not have. I can end. I could potentially Lysander up and KO the Octillery. I could Lysander up the Pikachu and get a KO there. But whatever I do, I mean, I genuinely feel like I should KO the Octillery, because I mean, an N doesn't really hurt my opponent. It generally doesn't hurt my opponent. As long as he has Octillery. But after I KO the Bisharp, he presumably can KO me back, and then I am left completely out of options. So I'm not gonna do this, and I'm going to Sycamore. I mean, I could Lysander and simply not attack, but this is bad. This is really bad. Okay, to find a TCE for the next turn. And I do have a Versus Seeker to potentially KO the Octillery, but I do not have basic energy. And there are already 3 basic energy in my discard pile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and soak up a hit with Volcanion. I will find Shaymin here. And then I'm going to burn up the switch. Yeah, I'm gonna burn up the switch. And I'm going to Shaymin here for 3 brand new cards. Another DCE, which I'm not particularly fond of. If I do get a Super Rod, I will definitely put back a Xerneas and energy. Maybe I should put back 2 Xerneas. I don't know. Nope, definitely energy. I might be forced to use Bisharp as an attacker, as well as Galvantula actually. Okay. I cannot promote Shaymin because there is the Raichu threat. Otherwise I could simply I don't know, Shaymin loop, because his max damage is 100. Another Pikachu, that's not great. But yeah. Basically, next turn? No, come on. Why? Okay. I need a DCE Versus Seeker to KO that Octillery. I get the DCE, but I do not get a Versus Seeker. There's a Raichu. In theory, he shouldn't be able to KO Xerneas next turn, right? Because Raichu does 20 times, so his max damage output is 100. Having the Volcanion damage is not ideal, obviously, but my Xerneas should survive 1 turn at least. And I will end here. Okay. Nothing too great, but hopefully Xerneas can score 2 KOs here before going down. Unless my opponent has Giovanni, he should not be able to KO my Xerneas. He really shouldn't be able to KO my Xerneas. Okay, he Super Odds. Man, this exchange is really rough. Really rough. Really rough. Now I feel like the second Shaymin is... Yep. My opponent is down to 2 Lysanders to win the game. And he has played 3 Versus Seeker though. And 1 Lysander. But this is not good. Wow. Yeah, this is not good. My opponent needs his last Versus Seeker or a Lysander in order to win. I have no way to remove these 2 Pokemon from play. If I play my own Skyfield, then... I mean, if I end here, it really doesn't do too much to help my case because he has Octillery. If I Lysander the Octillery, he has another one already about to go online. So I guess I do end. I guess I do end here. It generally won't make a difference though at this point. Generally will not make a difference. Maybe? No. Okay. I'm gonna promote this guy, I'm gonna do this, and then... Well, he has 2 TCs in play and a Float Stone. He has used an Escape Rope. It's It's not gonna be enough. I know my opponent will find the Verseeker to win, but I still have to end him. I still definitely have to end him. Okay, find a Lysander, I find a Floatstone, and a Sycamore. I do get to Rainbow Force. Basically, maybe if he plays down another Octillery, maybe I can Lysander up that Octillery, buy myself some time, and then use Ariados to get a double KO maybe. He promotes Pikachu immediately. So he has the Raichu, he has a Yanmega Break, he has another Yanmega, so he gets a clean 5 brand new cards. Does he have the Verseeker or the Lysander? Does he or does he not? There's another break. Does he or does he not? If he doesn't, then I will definitely Lysander the Raichu to KO it. I feel like that's the best play. Okay, he doesn't get it. That's great. So we survive one turn. We need him to not get it once again. There's another energy. So I'm just gonna Lysander the Raichu, because that thing can KO me, whereas at least the Yanmega Break has the energy restriction, if you will. I will attach the energy to Xerneas. I will place the Floatstone on the Bisharp, not on the Shaymin, simply because if I did, he could Lysander the Shaymin as well to KO it. I mean, he can Lysander the Volcanion, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter, does it? Gets his 5th card, benches a Pokemon, uses Special Charge, so he will be using something else. Or no, he's gonna use Octillery's ability, but he makes his deck. Okay, he uses End. That's perfect. Well, not perfect. Never mind. That is so not perfect. That is so not perfect. Not with that top deck. Ugh. That is so not perfect at all with that top deck. We need an energy. We've only used 3 Sycamore. 3, yeah. Odds are not in our favor. Odds are definitely not in our favor. We need to get lucky here because, well, there's a Lysander. So we are at a 1 turn clock. If we do not top deck, my opponent wins. If we top deck, we win. An energy. If we top deck, an energy. Oh boy. Can we or can we not? Can we top deck something here? I don't want to see. Nope. Nothing can take 100 damage. Well, no, he has a Lysander. He has a Lysander. He has a Lysander, right? So he needs to play down 2 cards. The Lysander and something else, which he will obviously be able to. There's a Lysander into the Volcanion, and there's a Trainer's Mail. He grabs nothing, and that's the game. Ugh, damn it. That turn where I attacked into the Bursting Balloon, this turn that we whiffed an energy. Really, nothing I could have done there to stop that. It's really unfortunate that we lost. Ugh, that was frustrating. A bit frustrating. The deck's not really working out too well for us, is it? It's really not. It's really not. Okay. Well, let's see if we can do better in this match. My opponent is calling the flip. maybe Rainbow Road's not as good as I thought it could be. I don't know. It's only 2 games. It's really only 2 games, and the first one didn't really count. You know, the first one generally did not count. I mean, sure, we get a mulligan off of this, but okay. Random receivers, rough seas. What is my opponent playing? Like, after seeing these kind of hands, I'm tempted to simply play a pure energy Pokemon and supporters deck. Like, no utility item cards. Simply 4 Sycamore, 4 N, 2 Lysander, 4 random receiver, 4 Trainer's Mail, 4 Acrobike, 4 Lysander even, because that works as well. I don't know. It's really weird. But anyways, it's just variants. We do top deck Xerneas, which is cool. We are going first, so we don't need it. We have to be very aware of Fright Night, so I'm just gonna start powering up Shaymin so that I can get it back, do some damage here and there, and maybe draw some cards somewhere down the line. Obviously not right now. And what? Fright Night Yveltal with Primal Kyogre. That is weird. That is really weird. I guess. Okay, that N is huge. Thank you so much, opponent. You are so nice. I mean, my guess would be Ninja Boy, but Ninja Boy is not available in the online game. And like, his own Fright Night Yveltal is shutting down his own Spirit Link. So that makes no sense to me. It generally makes no sense to me. Now, I want to save the Skyfields here because of the fact that I might need to drop a huge amount of basic Pokemon in order to one-hit Mega Kyogre, or Primal Kyogre rather. So, having said that, I'm just gonna pass here, and next turn I can bridge it, I can get a ton of Pokemon in play, I can Ultra Ball for another Shaymin, so I feel like we could have a really good turn the next turn, and we can even KO the Yveltal. So, there's another Kyogre EX. I generally cannot see the good parts about Fright Night Yveltal in this deck. He hasn't even shown any. Well, I mean, he's gonna end. Primal Kyogre, it only targets water Pokemon, right? So you can't even transfer to Yveltal to then deal more damage to the bench. We do get the Bridget back, which is really nice, but we do not have a DCE just yet. Hopefully we can find it off of the Ultra Ball. And yeah, okay, so we do get a Bisharp. We do get a Bisharp. Okay, I'm gonna bridge it here, and I'm going to find a Joltik, and Xerneas. 2 Joltiks. And the Poniard. The Poniard? No, the Xerneas. I'd rather go, well, no, the Poniard. The Poniard. Definitely the Poniard. Oh, it plays it. Okay, never mind. It's all good. It's all good. I will Ultra Ball away the extra Poniard and the Trainer's Mail in order to find Shaymin, and if we get if he uses Rough Seas, we can simply discard the extra Joltik, which is fine. And we're gonna draw 4 cards. We are looking for a DCE to start putting pressure on my opponent. Okay, we do not find a DCE clearly. We deal 30 damage, we get back the Shaymin, but now we have 4 beautiful Holo Fairy energies. in my hand. This is just so bad. So bad. Okay. My opponent will end me once again. That's his second verse seeker as well. But I'm not going to complain about getting end in that situation. And do find max elixirs. We do find a TCE. We can end my opponent back. We could even bridge it if we wanted to for the Volcanion EX potentially. Yeah, Spirit Links. I don't understand the energy on the active Veltal. I generally don't understand what is going on. Okay. Energy on the other Kyogre and passes. Okay. So now no more Bridget, definitely. We do hit the max elixir, that's great. I generally do not want to end my opponent. I'm gonna deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 130 damage exactly, and I feel like he won't be able to KO me back. Okay, I'm gonna try and hit the max elixir. I do. Okay, so a ton of energy in play. I don't want to end my opponent. I generally don't. So I'm just gonna Rainbow Force and KO here. I do not want to end him. I generally do not want to, because he only has 3 cards in hand. Do hit a Skyfield, which could help us. We did deal 130 damage. So with the Skyfield, with the Volcanion, he had a Sycamore. Is he going to return KO me? That would really suck. It's like, yeah, that would really suck. Okay, Super Odds back. Primal Kyogre and 2 energy. And he simply Water Pulses and puts me to sleep. I do not stay asleep, which is great. Now, okay, so I'm dealing 130 damage right now. With the Galvantula in play, I'm now dealing 160. I still need another type in order to get the KO. So I'm just gonna play the Skyfield. I will bench the Volcanion. I will attach the Floatstone, and now I will end because I get a brand new 5 cards, and my opponent gets 6. We know his 6 are not very good, but I'd rather keep doing my thing rather than depending on my opponent not drawing anything. The experience share is cool, but no Ultra Ball to really abuse it. So I'm just gonna Rainbow Force for the KO here, 220 damage. And as you can see, if we do get the Bisharp out, we could even one-hit KO a Primal Kyogre. Now there's the Ultra Ball, there's another Berserker. So yeah, we are looking to be really well poised for the late game here. We are definitely looking really good. Next turn we could be swinging for maximum damage, and we could also have another Xerneas powered up, whilst not being in any real threat of my opponent KOing me at this point in time. He will try to put me to sleep once again. Well, nope, never mind. He simply goes for the Primal Kyogre, trying to take the hit, but as I mentioned earlier, we now have... oh crap, never mind. Okay, so this means I will get rid of the Joltik for sure, a Shaymin, and basically if I get rid of the Xerneas, I could find another Xerneas and find the Bisharp, but then I would be missing a Shaymin. But I could Ultra Ball for the Shaymin, but I'm gonna 2-hit KO anyway, so I'm gonna get rid of the Bisharp. Like, getting the KO next turn would be really greedy. Really greedy. It's not possible anymore. But I'm still gonna be able to 2-hit KO, which is great. he's reducing the damage he's dealing both to the bench and to the active. No Sycamore does mean that our Verseekers are pretty much useless at this point in time. I guess I'll attach the experience share to the Galvantula simply because maybe I could bench damage the Yveltal. Do I end? Yeah, I guess I will end. Better than my current hand, that's for sure. Better than my current hand. Okay, so we get a TCG, we get an Ultra Ball, we get a Lysandre. None of those are too useful, but maybe next turn they could be. So I'm just gonna Rainbow Force for 160 damage. That's cool. That is cool. Yeah, it's taking him so many resources to power up one Primal Kyogre, but if he does transfer energy and hit some Max Elixir or something, basically if he has back-to-back basic Kyogre and then the other Kyogre, we could be in a little bit of trouble, maybe. Even with the damage reduction from the stadium, my Xerneas on the bench would not have been able to take a hit. He will end us once again, so no more Ultra Ball. No more Ultra Ball, but I'm generally not scared here. I am generally not scared. Like, even Galvantula can put in the work against that Manaphy to secure the game. If my opponent ever does whiff a single attack. He does hit the Darkness Energy to power up the Yveltal. So that's a bit scary now. That is definitely a bit scary. But he gets a KO here with the Super Rod. I can put back the Shaymin. I don't know if my other Shaymin is in my prize or not. I can put back the Shaymin. He's going to escape rope. Okay. Sure. Not a big deal. He will use Fright Knight, deal 60 damage to my Volcanion. No big deal at all. No big deal at all. After I KO this Yveltal, he will only have EX Pokemon. And sure, he will deal damage to the bench. He plays down a Rough Seas. He will heal off his Kyogre, but that simply opens up myself to be able to deal more damage. So I'm not too worried. I am generally not worried at all. Okay. Yeah, Fright Knight. I even have resistance. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, the water energy. Oh. Okay. I can still KO. Right? I can still KO. Oh boy. So, the experience share energy goes onto the Galvantula. He gets his first prize card. There's my Xerneas active, which will be dealing enough damage, I believe. I get to heal off my own Volcanion. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 120. So it is enough. It is most definitely enough. And I am going to play the Super Rod, put back a Xerneas, a Shaymin, and a basic energy, and then there's a victory. Yeah, my opponent was not going to be able to keep up. He got going too late. I don't see, like, sure, bench damage between Yveltal and Kyogre. Maybe in an ideal scenario, like, you could make some really clean KOs for however many prizes you want, but I don't know, not a fan. Not a really big fan. Okay, so now looks like we are up against a fire type deck. Well, it doesn't look like we are up against a fire type deck for the last game of the video. Hopefully we get to show off the deck a little bit more, because I feel like it's not really doing itself justice. We do see Enhanced Hammer, we do see Fighting Fury Belt, Max Potion, and Ace Trainer. So we could be up against a Mega Houndoom deck, or a Houndoom milling deck rather, which would really suck. That would genuinely really suck. Oh boy. Okay. And he does go first. So, yep, it is a milling Houndoom deck. So a lot of energy denial, a lot of Lysanders, Stardust, Jirachi. So energy denial is gonna be at a prime here, at an absolute prime. But my opponent simply passes. Okay, I have to start attaching energy though. I can't not attach energy. Skyfield probably won't be too necessary, so I'm gonna Ultra Ball away the Skyfield and the Lysander. I will find a Shaymin for sure, because that's the only card that's really going to help me at this point in time. And I'm going to Shaymin for 3 brand new cards. 1 Stadium, 1 Bisharp, and 1 Energy. So we pass because we cannot do anything else. Team Flare grunts the energy away and passes. Okay, so we do have N, but I do not want to use it because it does seem like he's struggling. He's going to versus Seeker. Oh boy. This is going to be a really long game, isn't it? Isn't it? I do not even want to play the Max Elixir. I guess I'll attach. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to remove this energy. Although I would not be surprised if we see an Enhanced Hammer. Does he flip heads? Of course he does. I mean, what do I even do here? I have to Shaymin loop. That's what I have to do. So I have to wait until I find another Shaymin. I have to wait until I find a Floatstone. And then I have to start using Shaymin loop. That's what I have to do. And conserve as many ends as possible. And now he finds an energy. My next card was going to be the Floatstone. Come on. That was going to be my next card. The Floatstone, of course. Of course. And he got a TC. He got rid of a TC because why not? Because why the heck not? Right, guys? Why the heck not? Only 2 fairy energy left, so I'm obviously not going to hit the Max Elixir. So I will find the Shaymin, and I'm going to pass. Basically, I need... Man, it's like, how? Out of all the cards he could have discarded, he discarded the one useful one. The single useful card I could have used. There's the Super Rod. Skyfield and Trainer's Mail. This is just really stupid. Hits another TCE. Okay, I hit a switch. So I'm gonna try. I mean, Xerneas is still a liability. He can simply Lysander up the Xerneas, but at least I can put some pressure here, I guess. Force him to have the Lysander. And with N, we might actually have enough turns in order to not lose. Okay, uses Melting Horn. Another Ultra Ball and Galvantula, that's not a big deal. I do get another Verse Seeker, that's good. And yeah, we're gonna 7-hit KO the Houndoom. But eventually we will be able to do it. We need the Floatstone though. Without the Floatstone, we will not. He will eventually draw Lysander. He should have Lysander. Every time he will have Lysander. So I just have to make sure not to misplay as well. I'm not gonna use the Trainer's Mail just yet. I don't even know if the Floatstone is in there. If the second Floatstone is in there. I generally don't. But maybe I should have used it. If he doesn't discard the switch or the Floatstone with this Melting Horn, then I will. Okay, Experience Share and Bridgets. I'm going to use the Trainer's Mail so that I can try and secure either the Floatstone or my switch. And no, but I can get an N, which is cool because I can reshuffle back in my hand. But 7-hit KO means 14 cards in the discard pile. 14 cards in the discard pile. I feel like I started too late. If he had not discarded that Floatstone. If only he had not discarded that Floatstone. Okay. Melting Horn, 2 Pokemon right off the bat. I get an energy. I'm going to Sky Return. 2 more hits and we can KO the Houndoom. 2 more hits and then it's a 6-hit KO against that Houndoom. Well, oh boy. Yeah, we're not gonna win. We are definitely not going to win. We don't have enough turns. We do not have enough turns. I mean, if I could have started putting pressure before, he got the max potion back. I'm just gonna concede. Well, there you have it, guys. Some really difficult matchups, some really difficult games, and the deck definitely didn't do well for us. Definitely didn't do well at all. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. Please leave a like on the video if you want, or a dislike if you didn't like it. That's perfectly fine as well, perfectly valid. Should definitely subscribe if you haven't yet, because I know a lot of you watching right now are not subscribed. Like, I can tell from the statistics, so it would really help out the channel, guys. It doesn't cost too much, it's just a click of a button. Or if you could please consider disabling adblock during this video to support the channel, that would be amazing. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more Rainbow Road action in Spanish, or on Friday for our 3rd day of TCG Pokédex. Thank you so much, and